Okay, let's do a proper introduction now. Hello, welcome back to the stream. This is episode 3, I believe. Oh shit, none of this. Okay, we'll start episode 3 by... Do I need to... I mean, I probably should, shouldn't I? Probably should. Since the last stream, we have only 0 brightness. Hold on, wait. Should be on the extreme quality preset. So, oh, what? Is it just delays? Hold on. That's what happens with your mods. Anyway, yeah, so we're working on flattening this out basically. And I'm gonna, I'll wait for that. Oh, it looks like it's fixed itself now. Kind of. Is that the highest? Is that really the highest quality? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so we've been working on this. We want to bring it down to basically this level, Y63, basically water level. In order to like basically commence, because before we do that, we won't be able to do anything else really. Yeah, lower it to this level. Once I've done that, I want to begin TNT bombing the space. After careful consideration, I looked into world eaters. I looked into. And what I found was, basically, all these world eater tutorials, super large, super complex, and completely unnecessary. Like, they dig these trenches out and then it's like to get rid of fluid. Now, my gripe with all this is that this is a small enough space to not warrant trenches. Like, you're telling me that we'll dig out side trenches, then we'll dig out side trenches, will already be like 20% of the build done, only then to build like this massive structure here. I'll just suck it up and get rid of the fluids. Like, this isn't a large space in the grand scheme of things, So I need to find like a return system I can use. I might try and use Light Massacre, I might not, it depends on how I feel. But essentially, that's the plan. We're not going to do all detail, we're just going to have TNT dupes going back and forward, and each time they go back and forward, they go down one as well. That's all I want. Basically, a bunch of them in a line, dropping TNT, making things go boom. Onto bedrock, and then whenever a fluid rocks up, I clear the fluids and a way for me to stop the machines. That's it. That's literally all I want. Okay, like that's it. Wait, that sounds so. That's it. Okay, so that's seriously as like detailed as it gets. God damn. God damn. God damn. Oh. Oh, whoops. Oh, I love zooming. Oh, it's great. It's truly amazing. Wrong spot. Oh, my FPS seems to drop when I'm in here. Ooh. Oh, it's going up again. 48, 46. Okay, that's so. I don't think it's because of the lovely things. I'm pretty sure I have a mod that makes these like not laggy. Yeah, this is how much sand we have. I think it's coal. Yeah, all of that. That's still to go. So let's get it sorted then. What am I doing? I'm looking for the... Wait. Did I really not make that many? Huh. I see. Alright, before we do anything else as well. How many of these guys trade like tripwires? Is it like most of them, or is it only a couple? It might only be a couple, to be fair. I think it's the ones that are maxed out when they're trading. How much XP does that could I repair my shovel? Probably not, so let's not even try it. Let's just do it the old-fashioned way, you know? One minute. Okay, so I'll just stand here then. Yes. "45 seconds left." Yeah, we'll just do this for a bit then, I'm guessing. 40 seconds. 35. 30 seconds. Just keep on going. Just keep on going. Boring part of the stream. And then we'll get this mega base built. And that'll be really fun. It will be really fun. Oh, wow. Almost instantly repairs. Yep, it's all repaired now. I do not want AI viewers. I think it's these guys that are causing my FPS. There's a lot of entities in this area. So. What mods? What mods do I have up still? I don't think I have eating animation. Rain doesn't horizon. Yes. At timer plus, accuracy culling, essential, depth, fadeless. Alright, cool. Full brightness. Medium fast, iris light, masculinity, and Mario. Oh, not distance. Minecraft. So. I'm not being shown the thing I want to be shown, so I'm not going to work. I need eating animations though, because eating animations is very nice. Since we're playing. Oh, what? Since we're playing. I have a resource pack. That means that only the C418 original tracks play, because that's nostalgic to me. I don't want any of the new stuff. No hate to the artists, you know, just don't want it. get resources, we just get slots, and it's gonna be alright. How long have they got now? Oh, they got a while. Okay, let's just keep going. Am I free? Yes, I'm free. Okay, good. Yeah. I want to eat animation slots. I don't think we have one. Reach 3 on both. I'm guessing reach forward just doesn't exist. Now where's the OG music? Oh, the nostalgia. Oh shit, I didn't see that. Okay. I'll rest. Ho 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 ho. Da 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 da. Oh, I'm at level. Da, da, da. Oh, is it raining? No, it's just becoming nighttime. Oh, that's the nighttime music. I thought that was familiar. Oh, you have no idea how fucking nostalgic this is. This is crazy. We already have Riptide 3. Okay, so I'll sleep first. Oh, that is nostalgic. That's nostalgic. Just need to connect a PS3 controller to this PC. Put on classic textures. Get a legacy console mod. That's like I'll be playing PS3 again. Oh, that would be nostalgic. Oh, fucking hell. Yes, please. Yeah, well, it turns out we already have Riptide, so I'm gonna do this. Armless free. Oh, whoops. +3. Okay, now I've done the enchanting. Yeah. We're gonna now head on over. Let me get another stack as well, because we're running low, aren't we? Running low. What we'll do actually is. Oh, you know, actually, what I'd like to try out is they managed to pirate legacy console, didn't they, and put it on PC, which, oh my god, one of the best things they could have ever done. So now I'm. What? Is that to do with the thing? I don't know. So I could low-key just play Minecraft on legacy console, which is crazy, like the fact that I can do that on my PC, and I can even get mods on it and shit to like port to the newest version. Oh shit, wait, would that, hold up, I have a world on my PlayStation. Oh no, it's embedded. Okay, oh well. Okay, we're gonna start on this level. We're gonna do these outer layers. I might try and find that out, like try and find the ultimate seed for like PlayStation edition, console edition, whatever. Yeah. Oh yeah. That'll be fun. I might actually do that. There's a lot of challenges I have in mind that I want to do. Like, I want to do a series where, because it's like a good video idea as well. Where it's like 100 days, but obviously going up the versions. So each 100 days will like go up a version. starting all the way back in dev, going to inf dev, then alpha, then beta, and for the most part, each 100 days for those first ones will be like in dev, inf dev, alpha, beta, you know, that'll be the first 100 days, and then 1.0, 1.1, 1.2 will be 100 days each. Like by the time we've hit, so we'll have a world that by the time we've hit like 1,000 days on, or something ridiculous. And we've hit 1,000 days, we'll be on like one of the newer versions and so on. I just think that'd be so cool, like of an idea, and we can have an entire video series. I'm not planning on doing that yet though, but certainly in the future I'd like to do that. It's an idea we've been thinking about for a while. Sure. Okay, well, with those guys sorted, I'm pretty sure most of it's yeah. So yeah, basically, I want to try something cool like that. I think that'd be an awesome idea, personally. Okay, we're gonna place these. Now what I put there. Wait. Yeah, no eating animation. We're gonna need to get that because that's such a cool mod. But yeah, I'd love to do that at some point in the future. You know, I've got this world going, which is cool. Very oldest of my PS3 worlds. I still need to sort out my laptop so that I can recover, play later versions. Sometimes. So on. Yeah. Or at least I need hard drives for both those laptops. Because yeah, I just need the hard drive for both those laptops. So that I can recover a lot of lost data. Because I actually did start the InfDev thing on one of my old laptops, and didn't end up carrying it over. But if I do that, and then also a couple hundred PS3 worlds that I also had, because I think PS3, I played on the PS3 for about 5 years, about half a decade, so I've got 5 years worth of like history on that. When I went on the PS4, I had about a year and a half where I played on different worlds to a much lesser degree. I think at the max I'd have around 10 worlds at once, because I didn't like the fact that on my PS3 I had hundreds of worlds that all had one building, so I tried to reduce the worlds I made. Which unfortunately meant that I just would end up deleting them, which sucks because now, years and years later, I don't have those worlds anymore, you know? I don't have them anymore, and I just realised I was kind of slowly leaning back. Must be a nightmare to hear me, but anyway. You know, there's a good almost a dozen worlds that I deleted, which had some cool stuff on it, you know, because I just, like, I don't want to play on this anymore, I'll get rid of it. Which is stupid, I should never have done that with so many of those worlds. They don't have the same nostalgia as these worlds though, so I'm glad these worlds I've managed to keep intact. But it still would have been cool to come across those worlds, like, and being able to archive them and come across them and be like, oh, I remember this or I remember that, you know? Definitely would be nostalgic going back to that. Yeah, basically from, it was 1.12 when I got my PS4. Around 2018 I got it. I was 10 years old. So over halfway through 2018, 1.12, and then pretty shortly after 1.14 came out is when I played my survival worlds. And then since starting that survival world, I basically spent most of my time on that world whenever I was playing Minecraft. So, or at least when I was playing Minecraft on a world that wasn't super flat. You know, I think I had a couple creative mode super flat worlds, but most of the time, vast majority of the time, it was on that world if it wasn't super flat, which was for about 7 years, right? So, ain't it? Yeah, so I started that world in the summer of 2019, before the pandemic became a serious thing. I think I remember hearing about the pandemic in not the summer, but the autumn sort of time, where all this virus came from. I won't go into too much detail, but yeah, this thing came from a certain eastern country, you know, so on, and yeah, no, I mean the rest is history. So 2026 now, we're approaching this. We're in the summer of 2026, so yeah, it would have been about 7 years now played on that world, and about a year and about a year before then. So all things considered, I've been playing, yeah, for almost 13 years. Like when my book comes up, it will be 13 years playing this game. Yeah, the timeline sort of adds up then, to be fair. It was a bit under a year then if I started my survival at that point. Yeah, I must have played a lot of Minecraft then in the time between getting it in 2018 on the PS4 and then starting my survival world almost a year later in 2019. Yeah, I'm just musing about the past, to be fair. That's perfect timing. Using the past, a world that I started playing, I'd say 11 years ago, almost 12 years ago, because when I started Minecraft for about, I'd say about more like 6 months, I didn't know what survival was. No, I didn't know what creative was, so I played on survival, dirt houses and such, and then this world came along 6 months later, about 11 years ago now. Yeah, it's really nostalgic. And then this is why I love this game so much. I've been playing this game for such a long time, ever since I was really young. You know, you're able to build stuff. It's just a great game, and I will continue playing this game even if the updates are shit, because fortunately we have mods, and we don't have to update on Java. This is why I love Java over Bedrock. It doesn't force you into anything. Like Bedrock has Marketplace, PlayStation restricts access to your world files. It's all annoying. Java though, as soon as I'm over at Java, I have complete control. That's why I just want to get my survival worlds from my PlayStation over, because that's 7 years worth of gameplay, 7 years of history. I want to get it over to my PC and then over to Java. You know. And then as soon as I figure out how to do that, I'll be making the ultimate world. So, yeah. I'd say so. But that could be a couple years from now. Either way, I don't mind. I'm playing on this instead, you know? Yeah, it's just a game I'm very passionate about. You don't really often hear that with games, like being passionate about it or whatnot. But yeah, I definitely am very passionate about this game. Always has, and it always will mean the world to me, you know? Yeah. And it's one of the things I'm going to leave behind when I'm no longer part of this world, you know? Hopefully this is my YouTube videos, you know? And hopefully When that time comes, it could be in a year's time, it could be in 80, hopefully 80. But when that does come, generations to come, my family, my descendants, those who cared about me, will be able to see everything that I made, everything that I felt and thought, everything I said, you know? And I can look back whilst I'm alive. Let's not forget about being alive, you know? I can look back at this. You know, that's not the reason why I'm recording, but I can look back at these builds, I can look back. I'm glad I played this game growing up, you know, because I have my entire childhood saved, well, for the most part. Entire childhood saved. Things I built, things I felt in this game, you know. I'm going to preserve this game. Like, even, I'll be honest, if this game stopped having updates, I would be content with that. Like, the thing about this game is when I first started playing this game almost 13 years ago now. Started playing this game 13 years ago at this point, right? I didn't realize it would update, you know. I bought the game and I was content to play that game, that specific game that I had, bare bones as it is. I was content to play on that and to build on that and never run out of ideas, you know. I just build and build and build. And then I would always think things like, oh, gee whiz, it sure be nice if this feature was added. This game is missing this feature, and then many of those features got added. Some very soon. Like, I remember one time I was like, gee whiz, sure be nice if there were more flowers than 2, and then an update came along that introduced like 12 more or something ridiculous, and I was like, oh, sure be nice if beds were a different color. Eventually that happens. You know, sure be nice if we had, you know, we have 4 different wood types, but we only have one type of what's it called? Fence and fence gate and door and trapdoor. You know, it should be nice if you had variations for them, and they did. You know, like, it's amazing, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. And even though I shit on the updates, that's because of how passionate I am about this game. Like, all these updates are kind of crap, or could be better. But I think the reason people critique the game so much is because they love the game so much. You know, they care about it beyond, you know. And hopefully this game will go on for the years to come. You know, I remember in 2020, around that time, I was predicting to myself the game's got at least another 10 years in it. It's 6 years later. This game definitely is going to go past 2030. Hopefully by 2030 we'll have an end update, because that will be a 10-year difference between the never update and the end update, and that is diabolical. Like, we need an end update. Hopefully, we've got 4 years left. You know, I'll be fucking, you know, I'll be old. I'll be an adult then, like a proper adult. Might even be getting ready to move out. In 4 years, I would have been playing the game for almost 20 years. Unfortunately, I'll be off. I'll be playing that game for 17 years. Some people at that point would have been playing this game for 20 years. Like, when 2029 comes out, the game's gonna have its 20th anniversary. Which is crazy. The same game being played for that long. Rarely, it's a rare thing. Like, you have old games, like old Mario games that people still play, but it's like all franchises that are around for that long. There's like a really small minority, and those games don't have updates. But to have a game that has been updated for 2 decades, it went from this tiny little indie game, very bare bones, 4 concepts, you know, which were like, you have blocks of different types, you place them, you break them, and world generation, like basics of world generation, like how blocks generate, the game engine, basically built from the ground up. It's just so cool to think about, you know. It's just such a cool thing in all reality. Very cool thing. I'm very fortunate to have this, so it just built and added to it. It's very good. Another reason I want do that, like, going through the versions challenge, because doing that will be able to appreciate like how the game's evolved, you know? It's like there's a lot of stuff, like can't imagine how people that have been playing this game since like fucking in-dev feel. Like fucking new tree types must be new to them still, you know what I mean? Like, but 1.13, the aquatic update, is new to me still. And that was almost a decade ago. It was announced in 2017, I think it came out 2018 or something like that. Yeah, or at least it did for me. Yeah, because when I got PS4, it was 1.12 for a good couple months. And then I think around November, December time. God, it's got to be later than that, like January, February. Because did I really do all that building then in the span of like, in all fairness, I think in that time I only really created like 2 worlds from memory. Created a survival world that played on for about 100 days, real life days continuously or whatever, something like that, or it was a 100-hour achievement or something crazy. Didn't do much on that first world I created. And then the second thing I did was a creative world that had all of the rare biomes right next to each other, because I found a cool seed and I expanded it. Yeah, I remember that now. Yeah. Yeah, and then after that, I created another world where I tried to do the same thing, but it wasn't the same because it was a different seed. It just didn't feel the same. And I had that super flat world, and then I got rid of both of them when it was like when 1.14 came around, because I wanted to see the new villages. I fucked around with a couple, kind of tried to get into survival, fucked around a bit with survival. I had one survival thing, my house was ugly. First time I had full diamond armor was from that survival world. And then I quit that survival world, tried looking for the perfect seed because I was feeling I was missing, I was starting to miss this world and worlds like it. Such a seed didn't exist though. But I spawned in a world with my friend, not my friend, my brother. And he is a friend, but he's my brother first, you know. And we just had no goals. We were like, oh, just open the world, see what happens. And we just played on it. And then I played on it for 7 years. Yeah, so I didn't really make too many worlds before then. It's just unfortunately I deleted them. Which at the time I didn't care about, because at the time I was like, well, they're not nostalgic the same way as these worlds are that 5 years old. But I even said to myself that, you know, maybe in 10 years I'll feel the same way about them. Which I kind of do, I kind of don't. It's one of those things, it's like, yeah, I do, that way, but at the same time, not the same as these worlds, you know? Not the same, but very close to the same. Yeah, so in a short period of time, about a year's time, we went from 1.12 to the 1.14. The whole it was like a few months in, 1.13. Then like 10 months later, 1.14 came out. Yeah, and then I tried, yeah, and then that's when I made Landis flat as well, which is my main super flat world now on my PlayStation. I made another super flat world which had like 4 builds on it and was cool. I shouldn't have deleted that, but I did because I was dumb. And then fucking my main survival worlds. I can't wait to start making videos and streaming on it, on here, you know, eventually. However long that will be in the future. Probably a couple years, but I've been playing this game for so long that like 2 years is nothing, man. 2 years is nothing, it's fine. You know? Because it's the PlayStation that's holding me back. It's not the realms that's holding me back, it's the fucking PlayStation that is. You know, like, oh, fuck the PlayStation, you know? Oh, what? What is going on? All the PlayStation's fault, isn't it? Yes, it is indeed. Oh, my inventory's full. Oh, what am I doing? Keep that. There we go. Yeah. No, I can tolerate the Minecraft music because on console edition it was constant. Like a song would end and then the next one would immediately start, so it get quite annoying. I like. I mean, you'd occasionally get silence, but most silence was rarer. It was about as rare as songs are in this. This is good. Like maybe 1 or 2 songs a day. Nice. I can just listen to it, you know. Yeah. I am just boring in that way though, like, that's the thing, like, I've played on some SMPs before, like Minecraft SMPs, I never enjoy them. The reason why is because I'm the type of person who will play in a world for years on end. Like, I'll start a world and I'll just play on it, especially if I find an area that gives me inspiration. Like, if the seed's boring, then I'll just start a new one. It doesn't have to be a perfect seed, but it just has to give me inspiration, you know? And most, I'd say a third of worlds, if I'm being, like, super picky, a third of the worlds give me that inspiration I need. But it's probably more like 60%, you know? Like, more worlds I can make work than not, you know? So when I start a world, it's like I'm happy to just play on it. That's why whenever I play on an SMP, I never take it seriously, because I know that no one else is going to want to play it for as long as I am, you know? So yeah, that's basically that, you know? Unfortunately, but it is quite funny though, my survival world that has 7 years on it. Not a lot of stuff. I didn't get a lot done. As much as I like this music, I'm just gonna turn it down a little bit so I can hear myself speak. There you go. Okay, I can hear myself speak a bit better now. That's good. That's good. No. Have I done an entire layer? I don't think I have. I think I've got I can have. Have I? I'm back here now. Oh shit, I might have actually done an entire layer. I have as well. That's crazy. Yeah, well, that is almost gone to be fair, so. Yeah, I've gone all the way around. Maybe I should invest in getting some more tools as well. Okay, well, let's get started on these outer bits. Flattening these outer bits. Just so I can get the dribbler with my shovel down a bit more. And then, yeah, we can move on to other areas. Yeah, wow. Yeah, no, my 7-year-old, like, survival world, barely done anything on it. You know, like, compared to all these YouTubers that have... Even if you go by day count, like, I've been playing on that world for 5,000 days, there's not 5,000 days worth of stuff on it, though. I mean, I think my first sort of base area I've almost finished. That's very telling, isn't it? It's, like, very telling that my first village I've almost completed, and that's about it. That's about as far as I've gone. What is that? We've got all those stacks, there we go. Yeah, we have these outer areas we've got to sort. My ultimate goal, I know it's not perfectly vanilla survival, and some people might not like that. My ultimate goal, this world, which is already not vanilla because it's a collection of 30 survival worlds. My survival world for my PlayStation 4. a bunch of my other PS3 worlds, and then a bunch of other terrain like seeds. I want to all combine into one massive, like fucking huge ass world. Has all of it in. You know. Even that though will probably only amount to about 50% of the time I've spent on Minecraft. But like I have likely spent, when it comes to hours played in this game, I've spent such a diverse amount. Like I've spent hours and hours on like Bed Wars, for example, right? So it's not all survival, but if we go like survival, creative, I'd say, your estimation, 5 years I was on my PS3. We're being conservative. It's got to be more than 1,000 hours, because I just did the maths in my head. It's like, it's 1,000 hours. That's 200 hours a year. There are 365 days in a year. Even though I was supposed to only really be playing around an hour a day, there are many times, there were many times where I didn't play. But not a third of the year did I not play. And there are plenty of times where I played way more than an hour. Way more. Played for a couple hours. Okay, so I think 1,000. Saying that though, I only have something like 2,500 hours on my PS4, which I had, like I said, like 7 years in Minecraft. However, the hour tracker might not have existed for all that time. So there's that to put into account. Okay. So yeah, there is that, to be fair. Okay, I'll be conservative. It was probably more than... I wonder if I played more Minecraft in that 5-year span on the PS3 than I did on the PS4 then. So on the PS4, I would go through stints of for like 6 months not playing any Minecraft, because I would instead be playing a different game. I did not do that when I was on my PS3, so I would say no more than 2,000 hours, because that's like 400 hours a year, which sounds about right, but I think that might be a bit too much. So I'd say I'll be super conservative and say, oh, there's no way, that I likely only spent, what? 2 minutes? That's crazy. It's very likely that I only spend like 1.5k hours, like 1,500 hours on my PS3. 2,500 on my PS4, because that's tracked, and PS5 combined, because I didn't go to the PS5 version. So that is... how many hours is that? 2.5, 1.5, 3, 4,000 hours. Okay, how many hours have I spent on PC, on Java? Definitely more than 1,000. That's probably why 2,500 is so low, because if I wasn't playing on that survival world, I'd be playing instead on Java, either on an SMP or, but for the most part, doing mini games, or alternatively, Bed Wars. I say on all 3 of my laptops combined, I probably spent around 1,000 hours. I think it's a good ballpark, because I spent a lot of time. That's like all of the SMPs I basically played on, all of the mini games, all of that shit. Over the span of like 3 years, so that's 5,000 hours. And then I'd say on this PC, on a lowball estimate, I've probably spent close to 500 hours at minimum. I could have spent it because this year I've been almost exclusively playing Minecraft and a little tiny bit of Terraria, like nothing else, you know. Just realised I think I want to know. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, 1,500 hours. can't be right. Splashed them, and then they're not giving me as much XP as they were before, but I had more durability. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna pretend to know either. Yeah, I don't know. Probably, I wouldn't say I've spent 1,000 hours, because it's not even been a full year since I got this PC. I think 500 hours is... I think I agree on a total in these 13 years, almost 13 years I've been playing the game. I've probably had around 5,500 hours, which is crazy because I played this game a lot. But if you go by the rule of like mastery takes like 10,000 hours or whatever it's decided, like agreed upon nowadays, or whatever, then it's really not that good in the grand scheme of things, you know? Okay. Power 3. Levels are gone. Oh. Oh well. I don't know what the chances are of getting the book I want, or even if I can get Breach on a book, but gotta pray, gotta hope, you know? Interesting musing, I'd say, an interesting I'm having now. Yeah. Many more years to come, many more hours to play as well. Many more to come, I'm sure of it. Okay, I have... I basically have 2 layers left now, ignoring the stone. So, interesting. Interesting. Well, we might as well get started. There's no point just standing around looking at it. I wouldn't be surprised if it does, like, the worst is behind us when it comes to volume of sands, because, like, most of this is going to be stone now. Oh well, I don't mind too much. A good opportunity to get a lot of sandstone as well, you know? Yeah, okay, that's probably enough to fill this inventory. Yes, it is. I'm excited for the next couple of years. Hopefully by 2030, I'll have all the worlds congealed, playing on a crazy survival world. That's another thing, I would like to do a modded series. I think that'd be kind of fun, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I could always stream it and then upload them as VODs, and then each video I do can be like condensed down into like a let's play as well. There's like a lot of things you can do. That's why streaming is so good, because streaming, like, you could stream it, that's one form of content. You can upload it as a VOD, second form, but that form is not going to be like giving you driving growth. But if you already have growth as a channel, then it's use additional monies for low effort, you know? And then from that VOD, you can use it to create video, if that be a highlight of the VOD or multiple VODs together, you're doing a project to time lapse or whatever, you know what I mean? So on, so on. many things you can do. It's just about growing first. That's the hard part, just growing. I think if I'm consistent enough, but even then, you have to be smart, you know, with how you go about things. I think for me, it's too early on my YouTube and Twitch career to care purely about growing. I think now I'm in the learning stage. It's about learning my craft, like learning how to set things up, learning how to edit, how to make thumbnails, how to market, so on, how to get things. It's about learning how to make quality content, you know. That's why, like, I know a lot of YouTubers delete old videos, old content, but I don't want to. The next 5 years, I could create hundreds of videos, maybe even thousands, and they're all gonna be shit. And maybe I won't even break 10k subscribers in those 5 years' time. But then the next 5 years, I could go from 10k to 1 million. You never know. The hardest stage is always the start. Always the start. You know, as soon as that's out the way, but that time's crucial because it's all about learning. It's all about learning. But for me, as long as I am having fun and enjoying the content I'm making and putting effort into making it quality, yeah, I'm gonna follow some trends, but I don't wanna only follow trends. I wanna do things that I enjoy still, you know. I don't wanna do something just because it's trendy. Although, if I want to discuss something, then I will happily do so. Bomb. It's good. But yeah, you know, these next couple of years, like, but honestly, the next couple of years, they're going to be boring, they're going to be fun, they're going to be emotional roller coaster. It's going to be working, it's going to be learning skills, it's going to be developing as a person and getting ready to transition from being a young adult with little responsibilities to having a ton of responsibilities, you know. And hopefully in those 5 years I can as a hobby grow up my YouTube as a hobby, you know, enjoy my other hobbies as well, learn skills, develop skills, work and save as much money as I can. I'm going to live with my parents for a little bit because it's cheaper, you know. I don't want to live with them forever, but if I can, instead of spending several thousand a month just to survive and pay for the mortgage, you know. My parents, I'm lucky they will put up with me. For example, like, the amount of money they'll demand of me is significantly less than living alone, you know. And all that money I can save and put in investments and grow my wealth over time. Which I will continue to do once I live on my own, but it'll be easier to get like a deposit for a mortgage, for example, in that situation, and so on. You know? Which if I do, it will definitely be an apartment to start with. Let's be real. But yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? You know? It does leave me excited. You don't have to... Oh, shouldn't have done that. You don't have... Your hobbies don't have to be... They don't have to be your career. But I think to really find success, you have to try out all your hobbies, and if one of them becomes a career, then one of them becomes a career, you know? That's cool. I think a lot of people are like hyper-focused at something you're good at, become a savant. But oftentimes finding the thing you were meant for, the thing you were good at, means trying out everything. You know, and finding what you enjoy, finding what works for you. That's how you discover yourself. You know, and that's what I'm going to do. I used to put loads of pressure on myself, get really good at this one thing, because You'll be mediocre at all these other things. It's like, no. Do all these other things, do all these other hobbies that you love. Don't put everything else on the sideline for one thing. You'll be burnt out. You'll be upset. You'll be putting too much pressure on yourself, which is what I did, especially with sports. And like too much pressure. And at the end of the day, you're gonna perform better if you're not stressed. You know, you're gonna learn more. That's the thing with sports. People forget that, especially on a high level. It's not just about working hard. It's about learning. Like, there's a reason why athletes of sports have conditioning sessions, not only because they want to ensure that their fitness is already achieved despite their exertion in the sport, but also because a big part of any sport isn't just exercise, it's about learning the game. That doesn't mean you'll have fitness-based sessions in many sports, of course you will, but it'll always be around technique, always be around technique, you know? Treat it as a game. Learn it. You know? I do that with all these skills, but, you know, because I was hyper-focused on one thing, and it's like, yeah, that's good, but I didn't learn much, I was burnt out, I was tired, you know, don't do it, and you put too much pressure on yourself, because you expected you'd become this person, and then you wouldn't, you know? Got too absorbed in it. It's like, oh, how am I going to be this? How am I going to... No, just train. Just do it. Do the things you want to do. Do the things you want to do. Keep rewards. Have a variety of things. Be happy. You know? Obviously, be the person you want to be. So, like, yeah, because you enjoy video games, it's fine. You can play video games, but if you're sitting around and playing video games for 10 hours a day and you don't want to be that person, you want to be someone who goes to the gym and has other hobbies, then play video games just not for 10 hours, you know, and make that and put a continuous effort to change that, you know? I think, yeah, let's go. It's easier said than done. I exercised for years. Made next to no progress. Made a bit of progress, made next to no. Was not motivated for years. Hated it, did it anyway. Eventually did it for long enough that I started loving it. You know. Never looked back. Fitness. Find what you enjoy in fitness. Find what you enjoy, find what works for you. That's the thing. Do that. And keep consistent with it, you know. For me, I always wanted to be built, so I always wanted to be like a, because I would always think in the future, like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if I was like Jax, whatever. I was like really young, just like when I was like a kid, and I was like, yeah, it would be so cool. Because loads of people, it's the one thing that loads of people try to do that fail at doing. You know, all these people want a good body, they never do. I will not be like these people. I don't remember how fucking scary it is. Like, compared to other hobbies, fitness is really intimidating to start out with, especially if you're not from an athletic background. It's one of the most intimidating things. So I get that, because I remember it. You know? It's so long ago that now it's nothing. Now I just... it really was such an intimidating thing to get into, and it's such a hard thing. I mean, you're not used to it. But I promise you now, get into it, find something you enjoy, at least a little bit. You will learn to love it. You will learn it will be your best thing. For me, it literally took me years, I think. You know, I wasn't like, there are some people that start working out at a young age and become crazy jacked by the time they're like 15 or 16. I was never that person. I was the worked out for years, made no progress for years kind of guy. Like, I was started skinny, ended slightly less skinny. Even now, I consider myself an intermediate lifter when it comes to my numbers, you know, around intermediate in my strength. So, I get that. There are people that have been working out for less time than me that I'm sure are bigger than me, you know? Not for a lack of trying. I think everyone just progresses at different rates. That is a reality. Like, even if you do everything right. Also, life gets in the way a lot of the time. Like, sometimes life will get in the way. I can't work out for like 2 weeks. I get the flu, you know? I can barely walk. Go on holiday. try to work out that someone dies, like work gets in the way, that shit happens, you know, I'm like, it just happens. And it will continue to happen. That's why you have to be passionate about it, because that's what gets you back. Like, if you hate something and treat it like a chore, because that's what you turned it into, because you can turn something from a chore to a passion, you know? It's just about trying to find out how. It's different for everyone, but, you know, it's something you have to learn yourself, really. But yeah, you treat it like a chore, it's going to be a chore. That's simple. And you won't stick with it. For me, like, I found what I love. Like, for me, I don't give a shit about all this hypertrophy training people do. Like, oh, I'm going to work my shoulders today, because for me, I never, like, built muscle, like, quickly, progressed quickly. So for me, it was just like, that wouldn't have motivated me, because I wouldn't have been motivated by that. For obvious reasons, because obviously, like, I don't build muscle easily. You know, it takes me. I still can, I still have. Just some people do it quicker and easier than others. Like, some people don't start out as skinny. I started out really skinny. A lot of people do. It just takes you that bit longer. So for me, what motivated me was strength, right? Because even if it's like a 2.5 kilo increase a week or a month, that is easier to track than how your body looks. You know, your body changes all the time, even in a single day. So same with your weight changes, but numbers that slowly go up, you can track that, right? So that's what got me into, like, lifting personally. And ever since then, I got really passionate in it. Like, I definitely lost some strength in my fitness. Like, my conditioning definitely took a sideline for a long time. Because I was like, because for the longest time I was obsessed with, like, boxing. That's something when it comes to, I would just work out for the sake of being healthy and because I wanted to be jacked. Now I treat it more like a sport and I enjoy that, but it's still very casual. But for me, combat sports is my sport. Like, I never gave a shit about football, never gave a shit about, I don't know, it just never interested me. It never did. I had shit coordination when I was, like, young. That probably plays into it a lot. Because if I had better coordination, I'd probably enjoy it more. But because I could barely catch a ball, I didn't give a shit about throwing and catching a ball. I wanted to play my video games, you know? But the one thing I always liked was fighting. Because just watching superheroes beat up the bad guys or ninjas do cool flips, I was like, fuck, I want to learn to do that. And then, you know, life circumstances, won't go into detail, made learning to fight even more appealing. Protect yourself to feel safe. You know, world's a big place, there's a lot of big people when you're a kid, and, you know, so I trained, you know, and did martial arts for ages, man. But I wanted to learn to fight, not to learn to do, like, forms and stuff. And that's my passion now, it's actual fighting, you know? Actual fighting. Not bullshit that don't even work. It works because I've used it and it works, you know? Not, it works because my sensei or I did a demonstration with someone who was not resisting and look how cool it looks. It was, no, I actually fought someone. It works. Simple, effective. You know what I mean? That's my sport now. That's my sport. Okay? I know it's weird. It's like, it depends how specific your goal is. Like, if you want to be good at fighting, then you have to do a combat sport. You can't fucking do football because you enjoy it more and expect to still learn to fight. But if you want to be fit, it could be anything. If you want to learn to swim quick, you kind of have to do swimming, you know? But if you want good cardio, as long as it's a cardio-based training, then you'll be fine. In fact, depending on how seriously you want to take your cardio, you might not even have to actually do cardio training, like running, cycling, rowing, swimming. You might just be able to get away with doing a sport you like, you know? So yeah, that's the beauty about sports, though. It's just how I don't know, but it could be sports. Sports can be so many things. You know? And all this comes down to just be who you want to be. Don't just do things you love. Do things that make you happy. Spend the time with people that are good people that you care about, that make you happy as well. So that's one of the best things to spend your time with. When everyone needs alone time, but everyone, doesn't matter how introverted you are, you need socialization. We're fucking human, you know? So if you're not learning a new skill or doing a hobby you're passionate about, interact with people, socialize, you know? That'll make you happy, man. And then the third thing is always strive to be who you want to be, you know? The best version of yourself. You know? If you want to be someone who's fit, then exercise. If you want to be someone who's well educated, then, you know, go to higher education. You know, learn about things. If you want to be good at drawing, learn to draw. If you want to know how to play an instrument, then learn how to play. Even if it's hard to start with. It's like an investment. It will become fun in time. And it won't always be fun. It's harder to do than something that gives you instant gratification, like just drinking alcohol at a pub or social media, so on. But it's worth it because you feel better in yourself. You know? Even if it's hard, even if you don't see results or get motivated for ages, just keep fucking doing it, man. Just fucking keep doing it. You'll see results. That's the one thing I've learned through being successful but not easily successful, having to work for the things I've managed to achieve, is in order to achieve those things, keep doing it for long enough. Like, oh shit, boxing, I'm still not good now. I'd say, like, I don't think I'll ever say to myself, I won't say to myself that I'm good at fighting for a long time. I've been doing it for a couple of years. I've been training hard. I've come a long way, and I can outbox a lot of people. But there's always someone better than you. There's levels to this shit, man. And I know that I can't go toe to toe with the best in my gym because I'll get beaten the shit out of if I do. Like, if they're not going easy on me. You know? I know that, so I would consider myself like maybe below average, maybe average. But I remember there was a time where I never thought I would get better. It felt like such a distant thing. Because it didn't matter how hard I trained or how long, or months, I was still shit. And then some point down the line, it's not something you notice, you know? Some point down the line, all of a sudden, I knew how to box. It was like, I spent years training and being shit for years. And then it's like one day I woke up and it's like, oh, I'm not shit anymore. When did that happen? Well, it's because you spent the past 2 years going almost every session, you know? And you're sparring and you're smart about it and you learn, and, you know, and all of a sudden I wasn't being pushed around as much by people. Why? Because, you know, the grown ass people you're fighting, they didn't get any bigger. You did. You grew up and you got heavier as well, taller, got wider, you know, and you learnt to move your feet. That goes a long way, you know. This is very boxing specific analogy, but yeah, it's true, you know. Just do something for long enough and you'll be amazed. You know, I'm sure that, I mean, maybe it's a bit different with YouTube, like this sort of shit and Twitch. So maybe a bit different. But I wouldn't be surprised if one day I just look back and be like, wow, look how far I've come, you know. It will be like getting no views for years, and then all of a sudden getting some views. And then a couple of years after that, some views will become a bit of views. A bit of views become a decent bit of views. You know? So on. Eventually I'm getting decent views. Maybe even good views, you know? Alright, let's check this. I think all of this side's flat. When it comes to the stuff that I can flatten. 1, 2. 1 and 2. Okay, so all of this along here needs to be flattened still. I reckon we could do that in the stream. Yeah, all of this all that side is done. It's just this side now. It's not too bad. Really worse. Seven shulker boxes. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. You know, it's gonna be a hobby for a while. I'm gonna be working a lot. It's gonna be boring. I'll adjust to it. You know, eventually I'll adjust. Give it time. That's the thing. It just takes time, doesn't it? It's just life, though. That's how life is. Like it or not, things take time. But yeah, as long as you're alive and as long as you don't give up, you'll be amazed. Yeah, not everyone can be a billionaire. Not everyone can be the top 1% of the top 1% of what they do. Okay? Not everyone can be the best in the world. I'm not saying that because there's a reality, but that doesn't mean you can't be good. That doesn't mean you can't be successful. Okay? And it comes differently for different people. Some people become a star when they're 12. Other people work for 30 years before they get seen. But it is possible. And I think as long as you don't focus on what you can't do and what you can do, can't achieve and what you can achieve, you know, you work, you'll be able to get it done, you know. That's just how it is. That's the way I see it, at least. You know, like, shit, it's hard, but it's not impossible. And there's proof, you know, because those people have done it before. Those people have done it in the past. That's proof enough for me. It's possible, you know. Proof enough. Yeah. That's how I'm gonna see with a bunch of my hobbies. Like, give it enough time. The amount of shit I'm gonna get done. 5 years down the line, I'll be much better at drawing than I am now. 10 years, 20 years, you know? All these things. And the more you learn, the better you get at learning. The faster you get. The more skills you acquire, the faster you get at getting skills. That's another thing, you know? Learning my first language is gonna take the better part of a decade. Learning my second might only take half that. Learning my third, maybe less than that. By the time I get to my fifth language, it might only take me a couple of years. It might take me less than that. It depends on how seriously I take it, how long I train for, how long I practice, that is. That's how I see things. It's just a matter of time. You get better over time, you know? Be good. Like, I really want to be working, saving my money. I want to be taking, like, learning all these skills, but I want to be taking my fitness really seriously whilst I'm young, you know. I don't need to be no professional athlete. I don't need to be the best in the world. I don't need to be no world champion. I just need to look back and be like, I'm happy at what I accomplished. You know? Like, I was good at this sport. I was good at that sport. And then after that, I can go from training for hours a day to just training an hour a day. You know? Past 30, just to maintain things. Like, maybe I'll go to the gym 4 or 5 times a week. Maybe I'll go to combat sport like MMA or something for like 2 or 3 times a week for an hour, and then call it a day, you know. Because at the end of the day, it's still a passion, you know? That's the plan. You know? Focus on other things then. Like, I'm not against higher education. I know that right now that's not the path for me. The path for me, I know, is the path I've chosen to go down. The path of like, learning. You know, I'm not going to uni yet. Maybe someday I'll go to uni. I'm not saying I never will. Because frankly, I quite like the idea of one day being able to go to uni, but not yet. You know, Oh yeah, let me work first. Let me get some financial security. Let me do all these things, and then in the future, the opportunity arises, then I'll do it. And the only reason I'll do it is to learn. You know, because for me at least, that's what life's about: learning shit, doing shit. You know, that's what I find. That's how I find purpose in life: doing shit. Simple as that sounds. Yeah, like I don't have a negative sort of opinion on video games either. I think a lot of the old generations do. Yeah, this sort of stuff takes a lot of time. It may seem like a waste of time, but at least in this game, you're creating something, right? I'm creating something. I'm exercising my creativity. I'm exercising my artistic skill. If you want to do redstone, you're practicing your creativity, you're practicing your ingenuity. You're doing PvP in this game, or PvP in any game. You know, you're practicing strategy, reaction time, hand-eye coordination. All of this stuff's very good. You know, communication, teamwork. You're doing it with a group, so on. These aren't bad things. I think, yeah, you shouldn't spend all your time indoors, but some people are more indoorsy than others, you know? It's up to parents to encourage their kids to exercise. It's up to adults to try and exercise. You don't have to be super outdoorsy and active though, I think. I think the future is bright. You make it bright. You know, if you choose to put the work in, it's great. As I'm getting older, I'm getting more autonomy. I get to choose my own path, which I like because it means that I can make success for myself. You know, it's exciting in that way, or at least it is for me. It's very exciting. Oh shit. I just realised, okay, we're running hella low on durability, so we have to be careful. 38 left. $31. Oh, okay, we're fine. I'm glad that I checked. Almost another shulker, that's crazy. That's crazy, we almost got another shulker. That's mad. Okay, well, what are we going to do left in this stream? I've got a maximum of 20 minutes, but I don't know if I want to spend all that time just streaming more. So I think I definitely repair this shovel. I think that's a good idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a lot there. Yeah, I think I'll repair my shovel at the very least. That's cool. We just gotta get the beacon over there and start working on that, but that won't be today. I don't even know if I'll move the beacon today. I think first we'll need to go into the ends for sure. Okay. Almost a half chest of sand. That is how much sand we have. Which is crazy. We'll never run out of sand again. And but we need more shulker boxes now, because yeah, we've got all this stuff, but this stuff's kind of being used. in that one basically isn't. We can make that work, I guess, but in here we only have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 empty. We need more than 4. I'm gonna just rhinestone that and bring that along for good fortune. It didn't matter. Okay, we'll have that at the very least. Let's get some glass. Some glass here. Starting next stream, we'll go end raiding again. You know, more shulker boxes. More the merrier, you know. Okay. And then we can continue. We can continue lowering this down, you know. Interesting yap, interesting talk. Let me get some stone. Always could use some stone. We need actual stone. There is a possibility that we don't have any actual stone on us because we have mined all of it. Okay then. Oh, that means we go down here. We'll be removing this shortly. But we already only have 15 minutes left, and I don't want to be doing that. We'll do that next stream. Okay, we'll clear that way next stream. Okay. We just need 1 piece of gunpowder now, and we're lucky us. Okay, nice. Look at that. Look at that. We sorted in no time. We'll be sorted in no time, won't we? Sorted in no time. Nice, simple, cheap little thing. Oh, where is it? Yeah. Well, this was an eventful stream. It was a very long gap, so that's interesting, you know. Sorry if it's quiet. I could always increase it. Post production for the VOD or whatever, but yeah, I'm quite happy with this. We got some shit done, you know. Flatten it some more once we clear that out, and once we get some more of the good old fashioned end raiding as well. Get some more shulkers, start clearing out that. It'll be mostly fine. Like, it's just bits of stone. It will just make clearing it just that little bit easier, in my opinion. And then we'll use all that stone and sandstone to like terraform around the sides, and then put the sand down whilst the middle's being exploded. Okay, now we can actually. Oh. Oh. Where did that come from by chance? Oh, this seems to work, so I'll just stand here then. Mm-hmm. 34 levels, wow, look at this. 35. You have enough for 3 enchants then. That's cool. Seven. Okay, well that's that done. We'll eat some food. Nice. We'll sleep. We'll do some trading, and then we'll end the stream. I think this would have been an eventful stream. Then we have things repaired. Get these books. Okay. Yeah, we have at least 3 trades in this. Arthropods, power, blast protection. Okay. Aha, unfortunately not enough for another one, but it's fine. I quickly look up to see if Breach 3 is actually attainable via a book. And or if Breach 4 is achievable via mace. But anyway, yeah, I'll end the stream off for now. Next stream we'll go end raiding and get that to start off, and then we'll go over there and start flattening it down and have good times. We're going to want at least 10 shulker boxes, I think, just the foreseeable future. So yeah, that's 20. That's not too bad. It's only like 20 shells. So yeah, hope you enjoyed, and hopefully next time we can continue that and have some fun. So goodbye.